exactly what are we talking about. Because what they're going to do, Jackson, in school, there are actually 6 different meanings to the word evolution. 6 different levels or stages. If you want to write these down, this will help make it much simpler. Number 1 is cosmic evolution. Where did time, space, and matter come from? They'll say the Big Bang. Okay, what exploded? Where did it come from? And where did the energy come from? And why are there laws like the law of gravity and inertia and centrifugal force and the laws of the pendulum, etc.? Why are there any laws? Where did they come from? So cosmic evolution is a giant obstacle, I think, to those who want humans and strawberries to be related. Secondly, you have to have what's called chemical evolution. According to the Big Bang theory, the Big Bang would have produced hydrogen and maybe some helium. That's not observable, it's just a religious belief, but suppose it's true. Well, how do you change helium or hydrogen into gold, silver, and platinum?
Well, actually, that part has been observed.
No,
the
that's
process of radioastronomy. You can what scientists do. There was a woman in the earlier 1900s, I think it was, and they use these special telescopes, and they look at stars, and they can see that within the stars these elements are being matched. They can see that they're matched together, and that's where Einstein's theory of relativity comes in, E equals mc squared. So a lot of energy, which is what the star is powered by, is produced when you take these hydrogen or helium atoms and you smash them together, and they become, and so it's this teeny tiny bit of mass that produces a huge amount of energy.
Correct, but see, you have a chicken and an egg. You got a chicken and an egg problem here. You have that's called fusion. What you're referring to, you can't fuse past iron. As far as I've never heard of anybody being able to use fusion to go past iron, and the energy input is phenomenal compared to the result. And so now you have, where did this star come from, which is the third part of evolution, stellar evolution. The stars have to form, and nobody's ever seen a star form. The current estimate, at least the last I heard, was there are 70 sextillion stars that are observable from Earth with the big telescopes. So that would mean everybody on Earth could own about 11 trillion stars to yourself. We see stars blow up occasionally. It's called a nova or a supernova. But nobody's ever seen any stars forming. And
well, actually, there was about 2 years ago, there was a quadruple star burst that was observed. I believe it was, or I remember seeing the article in, was it BBC News, but there was a quadruple star burst that was on record. That's the only one I know of, though.
So you're saying they watched a quadruple star birth?
That's
I
remember the article saying. I don't remember. I have to look up the article.
Yeah, I'd like you to send me that. I'd like to look at that, because I would predict they started with a big star, like Betelgeuse or something, and it broke down into 4 pieces. That is not stars forming from gas.
Here it is. I found an article. This is not the original website that I saw it, but this is okay. Yeah, I'll just send it to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, please do. Now, but stellar evolution, I think, is a royal problem, because we've never, to my knowledge, never seen a star form. Certainly, the idea of gases condensing into a solid is counterintuitive to all known physics today. Gases, when you try to compress them, they build up pressure and they expand away from each other. It takes enormous pressure to condense gas. I mean, you got to have an air compressor or something like that. Where's this energy coming from? So, number 3, my point would be stellar evolution, I think, is a giant problem for the evolution, for the general evolution theory. I'm defining the word evolution. Number 4, you have to have organic evolution. Somewhere, somehow, non-living material, stardust, has to come alive. Now, whether it comes in a single cell or a multi-cell doesn't matter. The fact is, there's a difference between living and non-living. And this is not something dead coming to life. It's something that never was alive. All of a sudden, you go from non-life to life. That is a giant step called organic evolution, and there's no evidence of it happening. No, they can't even make it happen in the laboratory. Number 5, if you want to write this down, is macroevolution. Macroevolution is where an animal changes to a different kind of animal. Number 6 is called microevolution. This is variations within the kind. That's what you gave a definition of. That one is actually science. I believe in microevolution.